The case is because it is this, as you are alive, you do, and you are active. For this, he was very young, at a young age, involved in politics. He believed in change in politics, on the left side, obviously, and very, very active in a newspaper called Combat, during World War II, every time, all the time that he was really active, very active in writing, very active politically, and all believing that you do not be passive, but you be active. But whatever action you do in your life, see, there's nothing that's going to happen after, because there is no after. It's what you're doing here. And this notion is difficult for people to really grab. So when I read this book, I was saying to someone, I read this book in France when I was in 7th grade. I mean, you're going to say, how is a 7th grader is going to understand that? Obviously, I did not understand the core of the philosophy in the back, but I understand the feeling. This feeling of the book, which is written in such a specific way, with a style of writing which is so powerful, especially if you are from the same language, but even when it's translated, will give you this sense of kind of nothingness, kind of numbness. And this stay with me. So over in my life, from now to today, I've been reading this book multiple times. I taught it in high school, I did a lot of things with this, and every time as I go through my life, my vision of his theories become more and more real. Because as you become older, you really re-question all these big questions. I mean, unless you're an idiot, and you don't question anything. But if you question, you're going to question the existence of God. You're going to question what are we doing in life. Everything disappears. Does it make a difference if I do this or this? And the stranger is carrying all this question through a visual. For this was very difficult to make for Ozon. When he went to see the distributor and the producer, they did not really want to give him the money to make this film because they knew that it was too difficult to adapt. And he did, and you're going to see, he did a great adaptation, but in his own ways. François Ozon is like one of the most prolific, and young now, he's in his 50s. This is his 25th feature film. Extraordinary director, did a lot of different things, very strong into his vision of what film is. So he took the project and makes the project. So this is one thing you should know a little bit about Camus and Ozon. And now, talking about Algeria, which is very important in the film, the climate in Algeria, the heat, the sun. It's extremely hot, especially in the summer. And this, you're going to feel it in this film. You're going to feel the heat. You're going to feel a lot of more sensation than with a book or in a different way. So to say that this is completely what the book is, yes, it is. Following all the people, they are very well, the same way than the book say. But the feeling of it, it goes to an adaptation that Ozon does. There is a couple of things at the end of the film that I'm not going to tell you now, but we will after. I will come back and talk to you about what he had as character. He had a couple of characters. He had a couple of different situations, but very little. But this makes a difference. Another thing you should know, very interesting too, that François Ozon is openly gay and very, very active in this idea as a homosexual. So in the film, in the book, it doesn't feel like this, but in film, you can feel certain things like this, who makes the film his own film. So this is an adaptation, I would say a good adaptation, of a book who is really one of the most read books in the world. It's read everywhere. They say, like actually I was reading that there is 2 books like in the French culture who are read in so many languages, obviously L'Étranger and Le Petit Prince. And these are really the 2 books who are read. In school everywhere you will see people read it in high level French, they will read L'Étranger, and Le Petit Prince can be read everywhere. So, but these 2 books have something in common. They can be interpreted in completely different ways. People read L'Étranger as a story, without thinking what Camus is trying to say in the back. Or, like I was saying, Le Petit Prince is read for some people, they look at it as a kid's book, as a children's book, when it's the most depressing book in the world. It's Saint-Exupéry before he killed himself, as we think he did, at the end of his life. So you have like this product of literature and art creation who are visioned differently by many people. So when you watch this film, if you read the book, you're going to be able to compare. I will come back and just talk about the character a little bit, but by my knowledge of Algeria, because I remember, even if I was to my parents, it's extremely, extremely clear of that time. So you have, too, an historical witness to the time. And you're gonna see all these characters are very interesting, the way as they react. You remember one thing, Morceau is really disconnected from his emotion. You're going to see the emotion of around him. And how everybody, one after each character, is really showing emotion in all different ways. He reinforces disconnection. But people in general see this just as a disconnection. It's more than this.